that Sam exhibits, which may indicate the presence of oppositional defiant disorder or conduct disorder. And then in Sam's case, what are some risk factors that you might associate with the diagnosis? Sam is a 9-year-old African-American male who is new to a school that offers educational services for children who can no longer perform in an ordinary school setting. He came from an elementary school where he attended a special education program. He was referred to the specialized school because he continued to exhibit significant behavioral, social, emotional, and academic difficulties. The prior public elementary school psychological report stated that Sam spent a majority of his time out of the classroom, either on suspension or in counseling sessions because of his behavior. The report also stated that he required physical restraint on a number of occasions and was recently so aggressive and dangerous that the school filed a complaint with the court asserting that he was out of control both at home and in school. No further information was available about the outcome of this referral to the courts, nor about the specifics of the behavior that warranted such a referral. Sam lives with his mother, his 3-year-old brother, paternal great-grandmother, and uncle in his great-grandmother's home. The family recently moved from the home of Sam's grandmother after a heated argument between Sam's mother and her own mother. This is the 3rd move in Sam's 4th school in just 3 years. Sam's father was shot to death a year ago. His mother was no longer with him at the time, and he has no contact with his father's family except for his paternal great-grandmother. Sam did not have a relationship with his paternal grandmother, but she did have a relationship with his paternal grandmother, but she passed away 6 months ago. Sam's mother completed the 11th grade, is currently unemployed, and collects supplemental security income. It is unclear why Sam's mother received such assistance. Sam also has a 12-year-old half-brother and a 10-year-old half-sister. All of the children have the same mother, but different fathers, and the older children live with their paternal relatives. Sam's family had home-based services to assist with the difficulties they were experiencing, but the services were terminated several months ago because the agency lost all contact with Sam's mother. The home-based worker stated her belief that Sam's mother may have started a new relationship and that in the past she has allowed her relationships with men to take away from her time with her children. The worker also stated that the unstable living situation and Sam's mother's mental state, which she believes may be persistent depressive disorder, make it difficult to work with the family on a consistent basis. Through the home-based services agency, Sam was connected with mental health counseling, but his attendance and participation were sporadic. About a year ago, Sam took the Woodcock-Johnson tests, which indicated that his reading, writing, and math skills were significantly delayed for his age, IQ, and educational level. His academic achievement is poor because of these delays. Because of his refusal to participate in a number of the tests, his IQ score could not be accurately identified, but the examiner estimated it to be in the range of 74 to 87. Since the beginning of the school year, Sam has continued to exhibit aggressive and dangerous behaviors. In a meeting with the behavior staff director of the school, the social work intern learned that Sam will have to be searched daily because of his many threats of bringing a knife or a gun to school to kill staff. Sam has had to be physically restrained by staff at least a dozen times. The director stated that she would never restrain Sam alone and that it takes 2 or 3 staff to do safely. In the same meeting, the director stated that Sam has attempted to stab staff with pencils and thumbtacks grabbed from hallway bulletin boards. In locked restraint, Sam will kick the door and scream out obscenities. According to incident reports, Sam has spit at, lunged at, and attacked staff and has even tried biting. He tends to blame others for his behavior. He neither shows remorse for his behavior nor empathy towards people he has been angry with. Sam's teacher reports that he often has difficulty transitioning from one location to another, or from one assignment to another. Sam refuses to complete his school assignments and will accept redirection from his teacher. He often becomes verbally disrespectful towards her, but she reports he has not yet been physically aggressive. She does report that he often destroys property, ripping papers, breaking pencils, turning over chairs and desks when upset, and is known for tearing up his school worksheets when he does not want to work on them. Sam currently spends a significant amount of time out of class because of his behaviors. He is falling behind in classwork because of his absence from lessons and his refusal to participate. Not surprisingly, Sam does not have friends because other children are scared of his out-of-control behaviors. Sam's mother is difficult to contact, and she doesn't return telephone calls in a timely manner. She is guarded about sharing personal information. She attended the most recent Individualized Educational Plan meeting and reports that since Sam was a young child, she has seen similar behaviors at home. When Sam gets frustrated, he becomes verbally and physically abusive towards her. Sam's mother states that she has sought outside help to control Sam's behavior. She attended mental health counseling but discontinued services because he refused to speak. Sam's mother says she is overwhelmed and that she has tried every punishment: spanking, sending him to his room, taking away privileges, but none of her efforts have been successful in changing his behavior. She says that he does not seem depressed to her, just angry. Sam's mother states that she has also called juvenile court to relinquish Sam. She was told to come in to complete the intake process, but did not do so. Sam presents as a well-dressed and well-groomed young boy. When he is not upset, he is engaging and very polite. He states that he enjoys coming to the sessions with the social work intern, and he plays games cooperatively, though with high energy during these times. He shows particular interest in sports, especially basketball. He doesn't bring up his deceased father or other aspects of his family life and shies away from questions about them, although he admits to feeling sad about his father's and his grandmother's deaths. He denies, however, that he is sad in general. He says that he has not been sexually or physically abused, but says that in the past his mother and a couple of her boyfriends have whipped him, but not left marks. Sam's most recent physical examination, performed a year ago, confirms that he is in good health and particularly noted that he has a good appetite. So some of the behaviors that I noticed that Sam exhibited were the defiance of authority, his aggressive and violent behavior, where he attempted to stab staff with pencils and threatened to kill them, bringing weapons to school, similarly to Josie. He also had a lack of remorse for his behavior and blamed others for his behavior. So in Sam's case, what are some risk factors one might associate with oppositional defiant disorder or conduct disorder? Some risk factors that we could associate with either of these disorders would be his mother's mental health disorder. The social work intern said that she suspected his mother had a persistent depressive disorder. You could also include the psychological trauma of his dad's death. Having your father being murdered is a pretty traumatic thing. You could also say that his moving around, his constant changing of schools would also have affected this. The low socioeconomic status of his family and the family conflict. As the social work intern mentioned, it's a very unstable living situation. And then another thing that kind of points towards these diagnoses were the testing that Sam went through, which showed that he had significant delays in reading, writing, and math, and he also had a pretty low IQ, which again is concurrent with oppositional defiant disorder and conduct disorder. However, with the conduct disorder, he does not try to control others, so he has not yet moved in fully into the conduct disorder qualifications or criteria. So I think a co-diagnosis would be more appropriate for him. And next we will move into the case study of Nell.